I have decided, spontaneously, as usual, to embark on a great journey. Oh, my nails are done. I did them all by myself. Okay, I decided to embark on a journey. Another Stephen King journey. This one a little bit thicker. So, you know what that means, guys. I'm gonna be reading It. I've already started It twice, got this far twice, and still have not finished it. So yes, I'm going to restart it again, but I'm gonna take you guys along with me. I feel like there's so many parts to this. Yeah, there's part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and part 5, and then interludes. So I feel like I could just talk between the parts, just discuss how I feel. Obviously, I already read so much of it, but I need a refresher. It's been months. It's like I read 300 pages and then a year went by, and then I read 400 pages and then a year went by. And so this is the second year that we're on this, except we're going to try to finish this in less than a year. I hope to get this done in like 2 weeks. The ending has not been spoiled for me yet, and I need to take advantage of that. So we're gonna do it together. I'm so excited. It's so hard to find like a good filming position in here. Okay, it's the next day as per usual, but I wanted to talk about the first couple chapters, and I made my little notes list here so that I know what I'm gonna say. So chapter 1, I absolutely love, and keep in mind that I already read this. I have a more mature mind than I did in previous years, so I'm glad that I'm restarting. I will never like not restart a book if I wait for that long. I just can't do that. But the character and family dynamic, the way he lays it out is so perfect. The build up it's great, and it makes you feel like you're there. Like when Georgie and Bill were in the room together, like while he's making the boat, you just feel like so connected with them, especially because Bill has a stutter. Georgie doesn't see him for the stutter. He sees him because like it's his brother. The clown descriptions, like with Georgie, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I forgot how eerie and just like awful it was. It was hard to read. It was hard to read when Pennywise like grabbed him like into the sewer, and like his arm being just his little baby arm, like why? And it all happens like in the blink of an eye. Like it's just happened so fast. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's over. Like he's dead. And it's so cool to see like the generations after that, like in the following chapter, and just how it still has such an impact on family. So I have like 3 hours in between my classes today, so I'll probably read. Also, I cannot like get comfortable with this book. It's like 800 pounds, so I have to sit at that table that I sit at in the library, or else like I can't read it. I'm on page 100. Let's freaking go. Okay guys, I'm back. This clip is hopefully gonna be a little more short and sweet because I just finished chapter 3, which was the 6 phone calls from Mike Hanlon to the 6 kids who were involved with what happened in Derry. And it is so crucial to see. Oh my. We have to turn that off, sadly, because I'm roasting. But it's so crucial that Stephen King put their adult life in the build-up first, because we see them when they get the call, but then we also get a little backstory of what they've been doing, their family life and, you know, their spouse, who they're with, where they're living, and how their life has turned out since they were kids. And it's so important to see, because this phone call is literally just like a switch. All of their faces are just basically a pallor when they get the call. All of them are committed to going back. That just shows how powerful what happened was. It was so powerful. And then obviously one of them is not able to make it back because and this bond that Stephen King is developing, it's so important. So important to the plot. It shows the loss of innocence and also the kid that still lives inside of all these adults. He shows you through the way they talk, through the way they act, their traits that were apparent whenever they were kids, and how it's still with them. They're still kids at heart, is what I'm trying to say. But that being said, the part of their childhood is also still there, that is still lurking within their minds, within their hearts, and it will never truly leave until they come back together and decide to destroy this thing. So, frick yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I'm on to Derry, the first interlude, and I'm so excited. But then it's like a whole 200 pages of like kid stuff, and then I think the second interlude, but we'll get there when we get there. But I'm so excited, and I'm so glad I'm rereading this right now. I'm so excited. Hey guys, it is actually the day of Halloween. It's been a little bit since I actually like kind of sat down and like read it like for more than 2 hours, meaning just like a couple days. I've been doing other stuff in between classes, because in between classes is the main time that I like to do that. But I'm on page like 192, so I'm at a good point. But right now we're following Ben as he just finished school, and I'm pretty sure this is the part where the bullies are gonna do something really not good to him, because, you know, he wouldn't give up his homework or his test answers, and so Henry Bowers is getting held back. It's so interesting to see, because even the bullies, like, even their home lives are like not good. Like, you can tell that they're like that for a reason. Like, Stephen King just doesn't make them like just, you know, oh, the school bully, he hates everybody, he's so evil. But their evil, or their ways, like, stem from something. And in this case, that is, you know, their parents being abusive or whatever. Obviously something happening at home, same as Beverly. And Ben, I just love Ben. Like, I feel like I just connect. Like, we're on the same wavelength. He's alone, but he's not really lonely, it seems like, because he keeps himself occupied. He does things that he loves. He doesn't need anyone else. But it's still sad. It's still definitely sad. And I'm excited to see, like, the friends reunite. Or not reunite, unite. So yeah, that's where I am now. Gonna go to school. I might, like, draw, because I don't know if I'm actually gonna sit and read today. It's gonna be very distracting with all the Halloween stuff going on, so. I'm so happy I had good luck with my coffee this time. He let us out early, so I'm probably gonna read now. Hey guys, it's been like weeks since I filmed. We're back to the library. Yeah. Hey guys. I'm very guilty. It's been weeks. It really has been weeks. I'm not gonna lie. I've been busy-ish, but I feel like that's not really an excuse because, you know, I have time to scroll the gram. Well, it's YouTube Shorts now. YouTube Shorts they just grab me. Yeah, it's been a lot. Work, school, whatever. I have not gotten very far with it, but it is Thanksgiving break and I'm hoping to get at least halfway done. I'm gonna say that's my goal because I'm like, oh, like let me finish it over break. That's that's not gonna happen. So we're gonna finish halfway. I'm gonna say make it to page 500 or whatever is like the mid chapter. So I'm going to the library with my Riley and maybe I'll film a little bit, but I'm gonna start reading again. And I think also it's just hard getting into it. It's such a long book, and like I said, his descriptions are like they don't stop. But I think I need to download Audible and see if I can buy the audiobook again. It's just a lot of money because first I have to buy a subscription to Audible and then I have to freaking buy the book, and I'm like, it should be one singular payment and then like a ton of books for free. Amazon. But yeah, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna do this. I need to finish this. I feel like at this point it's finish it by the end of the year, and if I don't, then made it to the library with my friend Riley. It's so shiny. Okay guys, I brought a surprise. Okay. I do. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, one for me. One for you. Oh, that's so nice. They're my real nails. Clink. That was good. Hi everybody, I am back from the library. We were there for like a singular hour, maybe like an hour and 20, not long. I read like 20-ish pages. It takes me so long to get through each page of this book. I said before, like I'm a slow reader, like it takes me a while to get through a page because I just keep rereading it. So I downloaded Audible and I was completely prepared for it to be $15 a month, and then like I have to buy it for like what, 20-30 bucks. But Audible had a deal for the first 3 months that you sign up, and I already have like Amazon Prime. It's on pause because I have to save money, but the first 3 months you only have to pay $8 for Audible, and they give you 1 credit a month. And I forgot about that, and I didn't know you could use it on literally any book, but the 1 credit I put towards it, so I got it for free, and I technically only paid $8. And I'm kind of scared for the audiobook. Like, I'm nervous. So I'm hoping I can download Audible on my iPad. So here it is. I'm so excited. It's not narrated by Stephen King. I made it to page 300, which means I read like 50 pages today, which is really good. I'm proud of myself. If I could keep doing 50 pages a day, like I could accomplish my goal of reading up to page 500. I need to read 2 hours a day. Long story short, but for some odd reason, now I want to keep reading The German Girl because I saw it on my Goodreads as I was scrolling, so we're gonna read some of this. Look at my cute little half-price books mark. Okay, don't mind me. It's the next day. I got my Dunkin'. I also got these yummy hash brown, cheesy potato bacon things. It was really good. And I have not been getting Dunkin'. I've been getting Sheets every single day because their coffee is so good. I drink the whole thing and it's only $3. And if I upgrade and get hash browns with it, it's only almost $5. That's a steal. OMG, guys. Obviously, nothing is a surprise to me right now, but I'm so happy and I'm just so proud of myself right now because I read for maybe 2.5 hours and I made it to the stopping point of where I left the last time I read. It's to the end from here. The point where I left off was page 433, but I just kept reading 7-ish pages, so then I would just reach the next part. And now I can use the bookmark that I was using a friggin' year ago. Okay, so it looks like the next part, which I'm so excited, is the reunion. I see that's chapter 10, it looks like. I am now over a third of the way done. So I just want to say I love the way this book is set up. Yes, Stephen King loves to go in heavy description about every aspect, character, setting, anything new that pops up, he has to give a little backstory or describe it more in depth so we can get the full big picture. And honestly, at this point, I'm used to it. It's necessary to his writing and you just kind of have to appreciate it. Sometimes less is more, but I mean, in this case with the time jumps from them being kids to adults to what they're going through, and there's so many characters, and because there's so many characters, he has to take the time to describe and give them all some screen time. I'm not gonna say too much about what I just read because I already read it. I'm so excited to keep reading. I'm gonna take a small break. I feel like I need a brain break because that was a lot.
It didn't hover, he said. I sat there in silence, thinking he had gone to sleep for sure this time. I'd never been so afraid in my life, because 4 years before, I had seen that bird. It didn't hover, he said. It floated. It floated. Balloons tied to each wing, and it floated. My father went to sleep.
Oh my gosh. The freaking balloons, bro. So at this point in the book, everybody has come back to Derry and they're doing their little reunion thing. You know, they're all super scared, but it's so nice to see them grown up now and how their personalities are still pretty much the same, and just seeing them talk about how they've grown, you know, what they've been through, because everything happened when they were 11, so they barely remember. And the only reason it's coming back to them is because, you know, they're talking about it, and because there's parallels to what was happening those years ago in the year of 58 to what's happening now, meaning that the clown wants them to come back. The clown is giving them signals and stuff like that. It's not over yet. I'm really enjoying this. I love that there's, you know, development of character, and right now they're doing their walking tours, which, you know, they had dinner together, crazy stuff happened at the dinner, and they're okay, yeah, we need to put an end to this. They're all dispersed within Derry, finding the places that meant the most to them, or that they experienced something, to see what happens. Every experience is so... Hey guys, I just got back home from school and it's around like 6:05-ish right now, but I'm ready to start grinding on some reading. I think I like this angle, something like that. Where I'm at right now, where am I at in the book? So where I'm at, we're at the apocalyptic rock fight, which is where the kids meet Mike Hanlon, because throughout this whole book so far, they haven't even met Mike Hanlon yet. It feels like we're just at the beginning. Good morning, everybody! So it is the next day, thankfully. I'm keeping the grind, I'm keeping it going, because I have pretty much exactly 400 pages left. So I'm gonna get my sweet drink. I have class in like 35 minutes. Here's the fit. Got my clogs. Here's how far we are visually. I'm on page 748, and if I can finish in the next 2 days, that would be lit. Finally getting to the good part. Alright guys, I know I'm sideways, I know, but there's a lot of stuff I want to say, too much stuff I want to say. I need my little note sheet. I'm reading while I'm driving. I'm not driving, I'm at a red light. Let's start with King's transitions. I really like his transitions from adulthood back to childhood. However, towards the end, where I'm not at the end yet, by the way, I'm on page 1000 exactly. I don't know if it's like the audiobook that is kind of hindering my experience. It's not though. It's not, it can't be, because I feel like if I was reading it myself, I would still be like, bruh. And I'm talking about the transition between like Henry Bowers coming back and okay, I guess we have to talk about the elephant in the room now that I mentioned Henry Bowers. Stephen King's like really excessive, and it's just overkill. I think overkill is the word I want to use. Of the use of the N-word. And like, I would not be so weird about it if it wasn't so clearly just, it's so excessive, so excessive. It would be comical if I wasn't, dragging myself through these last like 400 pages of the book, but him using up pages just to say the N-word and have Pennywise the clown call Mike Hanlon the N-word and then Henry Bowers, and that's all they can say about him. It's like childish language still, and maybe that's just like part of the theme that like they haven't grown up. Either way, it really is overboard. It really is. Another not disgusting, I mean, it is kind of disgusting and irritating, like, part of the book. Whenever Bill and Beverly, like, as adults, they had all their talks and whatever with the whole group, and they kind of go off their separate ways to explore the areas in Derry which have most meaning to them, and where they experience the clown, stuff like that. Bill and Beverly end up having like a little, like a moment, like they're kissing on each other. They end up like going to the hotel and having sex, whatever. but it's just the constant sexualization, I feel like, of Beverly throughout the book that just bothers me so bad. It doesn't bother me so bad, but it's irritating. And it's hard to take the book seriously when, like, that's what's talked about the most. She's coming to him and, like, spilling about her father. He did this to me, he abused me, and Bill's like, I understand or whatever. And then in Stephen King's writing of, like, Bill's thoughts, I just want to, like, grab her tits. I'm looking at her big breasts. Like, what the flip? What the flip? Like, why are we talking about this right now during, like, it's so hard to take it seriously. Like, the book is too long. The book is too long. There's so much stuff that does not need to be in there. And I feel like it would be more enjoyable if it was shorter. But that's all I can remember right now of what I put in my notes. I really want to finish the book tonight. If I can get home from work and just, like, read throughout the night, like, if it'll take me, like, 4 hours, that would be great. It's time. I don't plan on reading past 2 a.m. That's how hard we're going to be reading tonight. And I'm going to up my speed just a little bit. So, yeah, let's go. Oh, and my little it duck. I got it from Five Below. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? We all float down here.
Or so Bill Denbrough sometimes thinks on those early mornings after dreaming, when he almost remembers his childhood and the friends with whom he shared it.
I don't even know what to say. Good morning, y'all. I'm so tired. That was definitely a marathon. I took some time and typed out what I wanted to say, and I'm ready to kind of talk about it just a little bit more. I enjoyed, like, the first 600 pages of the book. He is a master at building up suspense and developing characters in such a unique way. I feel as though all of them were explained and characterized very deeply, so we felt like very connected with each of them. And after reading some reviews on Goodreads, I kind of understand, like, the ending better. They mostly say that if you read his other works, it makes a lot more sense. Like, his Dark Tower series have a lot to do with the turtle and the lights and everything. I'm not going to spoil too much, but I really could not put this book down, and that's probably a great thing about his writing. But I expected some things to be, like, more clarified at the end, but it was left pretty up to your interpretation. I feel like I do agree with the fact that it could have been a lot shorter. It was a lengthy book. I'm not even gonna lie about that. Everything was interesting, but I feel like when you're trying to keep the reader's attention, it's not necessary. They're just mostly very forgettable tangents. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, the backstories are important, all of them. Mike Hanlon's research about every time the clown appears in history in Derry, those are very important. But other stuff, like some backstories about, like, random kids in Derry, I understand it's to help make it scary, but he still uses up too many pages to describe those things. Like, he can still keep everything that he's mentioned in the book, but it could have been cut shorter, in my humble opinion. There's definitely a couple elephants in the room, like his sexualization of Beverly, his use of crude language, not just the fact that he uses it, but just excessively. That's definitely a controversial topic, I understand, especially the sewer scene with Beverly and the 6 boys doing things in order to, you know, seal their bond and declare the loss of innocence and how this isn't over. It makes sense in that way, and I understand why he did that. I'm not saying that the readers who criticize it are immature, but you have to realize that they're like 11 and 12 years old, and Beverly is so constantly abused by her father that I felt, in my opinion, it seemed as though she was trying to prove herself in a way. She was trying to prove herself and, like, seal the tie of friendship and just the loss of innocence and the disconnect from her father's tyrannical behavior. It was less of a weird moment with Beverly and, like, her letting herself be entered, but more of like an experience for the whole group of them. Yeah, I really enjoyed the build up. I didn't necessarily like the ending, especially the last like 20-ish pages, but it makes sense to the story and everything. Like Derry just kind of crumbling, like it makes sense. I love his writing style. It's addicting. I have so many other books I want to read by him, and I will, because if I read it, I have The Stand right next to it. I'm gonna read The Stand. Pet Cemetery I really want to read because he is phenomenal. He's phenomenal. I gave this 4 stars. I can't believe we finished this journey, but I'm proud of myself. I feel as though you need to go into this book with an open mind and don't expect it to go your way, because it's probably not gonna go your way, and that's okay. It's his work. Gotta appreciate the author's art. It's his art. All right, that's all. Wah.